Sports Team presents your Southern Tier Kickoff.
Cornell Big Red are getting ready for a home matchup this afternoon, and it's with a state foe that they are a little bit familiar with. They take on the Albany Great Danes. Good news for Big Red. Albany is sporting a defense right now that ranks 22nd worst in FCS. Meanwhile, Cornell in 2 games is averaging about 35 points a game on offense. It'll be all hands on deck for Cornell QB Jamison Wong, who had over 300 yards of offense and 5 combined scores, 4 in the air, 1 rushing last week in their dominant win over the defending Ivy League champion Yale. This one kicks off at 1 p.m. in the Finger Lakes, and that should be a good one.
And Colgate is looking to break out of their rut, taking on another 1-4 team and conference foe in Holy Cross. It's the first Patriot League game of the season for the Raiders. Going to look to junior wide receiver Trayvon Sanders to have a big game. Saunders was last week's Patriot League Offensive Player of the Week. He's on pace for 900 receiving yards this season. It's a Holy Cross team that's dealing with injuries. They're looking to rebound off a loss to Syracuse at the JMA Wireless Dome, and there should be less noise for the Crusaders in this trip to CNY. Kickoff for this one is at 1 p.m.
Also at 1 p.m., SUNY Cortland and SUNY Morrisville teams are facing off at Grady Field in an Empire 8 matchup. The Red Dragons have been unstoppable, winning a school record 15 straight games dating back to last September, while the Mustangs have struggled to start the season with a 1-2 record this season. A year ago, this game was tied at the end of the first quarter before Cortland broke loose, winning 52-15. The Red Dragons offense is averaging 62 points a game, which is 3rd in all Division III. Morrisville is led by quarterback Alex Britton, who's averaging 146 passing yards and a touchdown a game.
And the Ithaca Bombers are also opening up conference play in the Liberty League this afternoon. They'll take a short road trip up to Hobart College, and the Bombers are looking to keep the W's rolling, coming off a record-setting offensive performance in last week's victory over Curry College. Ithaca tied a school record with 35 first downs and put up 486 yards of total offense. It'll be a tough test opening up conference play, as Hobart has gotten off to a 3-1 start, dropping their only game to number 9 Randolph-Macon in overtime. This one kicks off at 1 p.m.
And it's a home game for Hartwick College as they're off to a 1-2 start on the season. They play host to a Utica University, who's making the short road trip to Oneonta. Outside of their crushing win over Maine Maritime to open the season, the Hawks have struggled on the defensive side of the ball, especially in Week 2 when they gave up 51 points to Keystone College. Offense wasn't a problem in last week's loss to Juniata College, but as Hartwick put over 500 yards of total offense, that includes 405 to the air from quarterback James Sobel. They'll look to get back in the win column starting at noon today.
And don't forget to stay tuned for WBNG's. Stay tuned on WBNG for the CBS Game of the Day. College football kicks off at 3:30 this afternoon. Iowa traveling across the Midwest to take on Ohio State. We're going to have that pick for you in just a little bit as well. Ohio State enters the game ranked 3rd in the country. They're looking to improve on their undefeated season right now, sitting at 5-0. That game kicks off 3:30 this afternoon right here on WBNG.